back with a young man who made his recital and concerto debuts within 1 week of each other. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Why did
everything
that
you
happen? How does something like that happen?
I mean, the concerto was organized by my teacher. Like she helped set me up with a local orchestra, and so I got to play with them, which was really nice. It was my first time playing with an orchestra, and you know, it was kind of scary because I played the concerto. It was Beethoven first. I played the concerto with other pianists, but you know, it's so different with an orchestra. And then the solo piano, I just got invited by the local music store. They have a really nice Steinway hall, and they just held it there. It's just a small little concert.
I'm going to introduce you by name now to the folks watching. This is Ryan Zhu. He was the first competitor to play in this Cliburn International Junior Piano Competition. So now we've got that part out of the way, and we've introduced you. So you were saying about playing a concerto with the orchestra. What my teacher was always really fond of saying was that the first time you play a concerto with orchestra, the very first time you play any concerto with an orchestra, it's like you don't even know it. It's like,
exactly.
It's what am I doing here? Why?
It's honestly terrifying. Like, it's honestly terrifying.
Of course it is.
It honestly is. Like, to the people outside, you watch it, the audience thinks it's a great performance and the pianist is fantastic and whatever. But then when you actually get on stage and you play, think about it. You're one pianist and you're trying to match with 80 other musicians. It's honestly quite horrifying once you really get on stage and really play with them. Yeah.
Ryan, you and Rachel were talking a little bit off camera about which cadenza you chose for the Beethoven First that you played.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are 3 cadenzas, but I chose the longest one. And so I've gotten a few questions about that, like, why did you choose the longest one? Like, why do you want to torture yourself? And whatnot.
That's what I said.
But then I'm just here thinking, it's not really about the length. I think it's about the substance of the cadenza, because if you look at the other cadenzas, I don't think they can really compare. The 3rd cadenza it's so Beethovenian, and it's just very awe-inspiring once you play it. And to learn it, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to learn and analyze and to really play it with an orchestra. Of course, with orchestra. You're not playing with an orchestra, but to play in that setting, it's really nice.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, tell us what a typical day is like for you here at the competition and festival and so forth.
Well, I mean...
Or is there a typical day here?
There is, more or less. Like, nowadays, when we have the competition, I usually wake up, and then I go to breakfast, and usually I come back here to practice a bit first, and then the first concerts always start at 2:30, and so I always try to catch a few performances if I can, and then of course the next set of performances at 7:30. And I think it's a really nicely devised schedule. Everything's very organized, everything's very well planned, and honestly, I'm surprised by the level of organization it is here. It's very, very well organized, really.
Well, we've done this a couple times before, so we kind of know what we're doing. Now, Ryan, we noticed off camera when we were talking to Sam that you were congratulating Miyu Shindo. You were a very good colleague as well as a very good pianist. So,
oh, wow.
Have we done a good job at creating the atmosphere that you guys can sort of not be in your individual silos practicing all the time, but that you actually do seem to like each other and support each other in this contest and so forth? So
I mean, absolutely. It's a very interactive environment, because you have the competition, of course, and you know that's competitive, and you know everyone's playing their best and everything. But there are these other events which you really get to communicate with others. And one thing I think is really important about competitions is that it's not always just a competition. Because once it's just a competition, you kind of lose the musical element of it. Like, what's the point of just throwing yourself into a neck-high glob of anxiety and just trying to battle it out for first? Like, I think I've always been told, and I believe this is true, you can always learn. when you're with music. And with everything else, of course. The learning, though, isn't just from teachers and everything. It's from each other. It's from our colleagues. We learn so much from each other, how we play, how we interact. And bringing us all together like this, it really gives us a really good opportunity to communicate with others that are doing the same thing that we're doing. So really, I'm very happy.
The best thing you said was neck high glob of anxiety. I'm going to probably remember that and use it if it's okay with you.
Yo, sure. Yeah.
I will cite you every time
Yes.
I use it.